Hello everyone, I hope you all are doing well. So in this video, I will go over lab 9 and 10. I think for lab 9, there is one, also for lab 10, there are questions that are practical and then there are questions that are research based. I will not do the research based questions in the video here. You can do that in your own time, but I will do only the practical questions here. So let's start with the first one here for lab 9. The first task wants you to create a script that when you run, it reads the current GMT, which is basically the universal time. And the hint for that is that, they gave you a hint that you can use the date command along with the -u option and the plus format options. And and the second thing that this script needs to do is basically create the following file. So within the logs directory, okay, so we know that the wave symbol is basically your home directory, right? Within your home directory, you should have a directory called logs. And within that logs directory, you should create a file with this format. This is nothing but the date stamp, the current date time, basically, which will be used in naming the file. The advantage of using the date in the name the date and the time in the file name is that it will create new files every minute because the time will change for every minute that passes by. It will help in creating separate files. If you don't put the timestamp in, if you remove the time and you just use this part of the date format, it will what it will do is it will basically overwrite the file because the date is the same. If you run the file multiple times in one day, it will keep overwriting the file because the date stays the same. So having the time within the file name helps in creating separate files for each instance that you're running the script for. So we'll start with the first one so it becomes more clear. I will create the script using vi. So vi 9 lab.sh and okay, there is something already in this file. I will just get rid of that. So we know that we need the bin bash thing, right? Let me just change the settings quickly. Appearance, change 14. I will just save this here. Fine, okay. So what you're supposed to do is basically read the current day GMT time. For that, what you can do is create a variable date, okay, and then run the command date -u for the universal or GMT time, and then plus double quotations percentage capital Y for the year, percentage M for month, and percentage D for the date, underscore percentage H, I believe, capital H, percentage capital M, and then percentage capital S. So percentage Y stands for year, percentage M stands for month, percentage D stands for date basically, and then percentage H is for hour, percentage capital M is for minute, and percentage S capital S is for second. So we have this. You can test this also by using echo $date and save this. 1 second. Save this chmod plus x 9lab.sh 9lab.sh and see it gives you the year, the month basically, which is 12, the date is 16, and then 14, because it's considering the universal time, which at this moment it's 2:39, so it's 14, 39, and 38, which is the seconds. So that's working correctly. We will go back to the file, remove the echo, okay, and then continue with the next one. You should create the following file where whatever that is mentioned, where the wave symbol logs is a subdirectory in your home directory. Your script should create the directory if necessary. Okay, so what they're saying is the file that they want you to create should be created in a subdirectory called logs. Okay, this subdirectory logs should be present in your home directory, and if the directory is not there, your script should create the directory. So what you can do is using an if statement, you can check whether the directory already exists. Okay, so for that you can check if minus d percentage, so not percentage, the wave slash logs. Okay, if it exists, then just create the file. So this means when you run this part, it says that the directory exists, okay? That there is a directory which is called logs. Now, if the directory is there, you just create the file, okay? And the file you can create it using touch. So touch, um, again, you have to put the path for it to know where, for the touch command to know where to create the file. So wave slash log slash date, and then dot log is the extension we use for log files, right? I mean, they didn't say it's a log file, but because you're creating it in the logs folder, I'm assuming it's a log file. So then you would just use the dot log extension. Then otherwise, if the directory does not exist, you are supposed to create the directory. So you can use mkdir wave slash logs, and then do the same touch command again. Touch slash logs slash date dot log fi. So what this does is it checks if the directory is there. If the directory is there, then just create the file. If the directory is not there, then please first create the directory and then create the file. Okay, that's it. If we go back and now we run the file. Okay, I made a mistake. Okay, I forgot then. So after if, you need to put then. I forgot that. Now, if I go back to ls logs, you can see I have a file for today that was this file was created. Okay, ls minus l logs. You can see this file was created today. Okay, so we're done with the first question in task 1. Now the second question, it says using the cron tab facility, have the script run once per minute, start the cron. Okay, now you need to how do you start, or how do you create a cron job? You need to write cron tab minus e. That will create or let you edit the cron tab that you have. Then you're supposed to write uh, the configuration, right? So the first one is minute, the second one is hour, the third one is I forgot. I think the third one is day of month. Yeah, day of month, and then month, and then day of week, and then your command. You can use tab, you can use space between these, whatever works, you can do that, no problem. Now for minute, since we're running it for every minute, everything will be star, right? So star, 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 and then star. And the here you need to put the path for your file, the complete path. Sorry, the path for your script that needs to run every minute. So wave slash what did I name it? 9 lab.sh. Okay. Now the cron tab is set. Now you just monitor that the scripts are being created in the log subdirectory. So all you need to do is do ls minus l or al, whatever, logs. Let's do l only, logs. So there's only one file that was created on the 16th. Let's wait for another minute and see if it will create another file. Um, After what the script has to do using cron tab is that every minute it should create a new file. So one file was created already when I was testing. Now we'll wait and see if it creates another file. Okay, so it has created another file at 46:02. So at 46 minutes, it created another file. Let's wait one more minute so you can see that it is creating the files every minute. This is how you would do the scripting along with cron tab. This is important for exam. So, like you have one question that is worth half of your exam percentage. So your final exam is basically 50%, and 25% of that is one scripting question. So you need to know this very well. And yeah, so let's check now. Okay, so we have another file which was created at 47. So similarly, all the other for all the other minutes, then these new files will be created. Okay, now what you're supposed to do is wait for 10 minutes and then stop the cron by editing out the line in the cron tab or removing the cron tab altogether. So you can stop the cron tab by using cron tab minus E after 10 minutes. Write cron tab minus E and comment out the line where you have all the stars and the path for the script, or just write cron tab minus R to remove it altogether. But what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to wait for 10 minutes so that at least you have 10 files that are created, and then remove the cron tab. I will not wait for 10 minutes because that would be too long. So that is what you need to do. And after these 10 minutes are over, you can just do cron tab minus E and then put like comment it out, or just remove it like this. Okay, now what else? Okay, so we're done with the first task. The second task is basically research. This is something you should do on your own. You have to figure out the differences between task scheduler in Windows and cron tab facility in the cron facility in Unix. You figure out the differences and you describe in words or a script how you would provide the chosen feature. This is purely research. There is no one correct answer. So try to do this on your own. By the end of this lab, what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to submit the script, the listing of cron tab used to control the script. So basically, what you can do, and well done to Sharmeen for figuring this out. What you can do is write cron tab minus L, which basically lists the cron tab uh, scripting that you did, right? So you can write cron tab minus L and redirect it to, let's say, 9 lab cron tab dot txt. Now, if you do more 9 lab underscore cron tab, you can see that it has the same listing. Okay, so you can do that for the second file that you need to submit, and then after that you need a listing of the directory logs after about 10 minutes after you start the cron. So remember how I showed you that it was creating files every minute? After 10 minutes, you need to just do ls, redirect it to 9 lab, whatever you want to name it, 9 lab underscore listing dot txt, and ls for the logs. So ls logs, okay, and then you need to submit that also. And a short description of a window task manage feature that seems interesting and not found in the Unix cron system. This can be placed in a text file. So whatever you do for task 3 can be displayed in a text file. Now, it's up to you if you want to submit 4 different files or have one file with all of this included. It doesn't matter as long as everything that is written here is submitted. I don't mind if you do it in one file. I don't mind if you do it in 4 different files. Up to you. If you do it in 4 different files, you need to zip archive and then zip the file, all the files, and submit it to Moodle. Okay, that is lab 9. Now quickly, I will start with lab 10. Okay, which is basically the last lab, and nobody in this world will be happier than me for doing this. But anyway, so lab 10 also has a research question which you can do on your own. But what you're supposed to do here, there are basically 3 tasks. One of them is a research question. The 2 others are basically practical questions. So here the first one says modify syslog.conf. You're supposed to create a copy of syslog. There's an error here. The file that you want to copy is not syslog, it's called rsyslog. Okay, so cp rsyslog is what we're looking for. Now, if you remember from a Unit 10 lecture that we had, this file belongs to the etc directory. So etc slash r syslog dot conf. Okay, and then the new name that you need to give it is copy syslog.conf. Okay, this will create a copy. Now you have to modify the copy that you created. So you would write vi copy conf, and here you need to change the location, modify the file so the boot log files are saved to var slash log slash boot slash log. So we need to find out where the boot files are being saved. Where is the boot.log file? Here, if you go through, sorry. Here, if you go through the whole file, what you can do is basically search for boot, and you can see this is where the boot file location is mentioned. So here, see the location. Where is the location? Here, var slash log slash boot. Okay, let me just move this a bit here. Okay, it's basically var slash log slash boot. You need to change this to boot slash. That's it. That's all you need to change and save and do nothing else. You just need to submit this file. Now this file should be uploaded to Moodle. This question is basically research or your own opinion, whatever. This you can do it in your own time. Again, there's no correct answer for this. No one correct answer for this. So whatever you think is the possible correct answer for this, you can write that. Again, you should put that I mean, you need to put your answer in lab10 underscore q2.txt. Okay, and then the last one is basically a cron job, which is boot warning. As a system admin, it is useful to automate any errors or warnings which occur in the system. In this task, you should create a script which will which will automatically email you if a warning occurs after the system boots. So basically, what they're saying is if any error or if any warning happens in the system, what it should do is it should email you as the system administrator the warning or the error that occurred when the system was started. Okay, for that, what we can do here is, what we need to do here is follow these steps. Okay, so the first thing you need to do is create a script named lab10sh. So vi lab10.sh. I don't know if there's something inside, but let's see. Okay, there's nothing there. So lab10.sh to uh, uh, runs to find if warning is listed in the dmessage log. Now, before I show you this, what we can do is we can see what dmessage has. So you can write dmessage and see it has all of these logs, basically, not logs, but messages, right? And if you notice here somewhere, just saw it, I don't know where it went, but in this file, there are also warnings. See, this one is a warning, right? So these kind of things, if these kind of things were present in the, like where, yeah, were present in the file, you need to send an email. How do you, now this is a file, right? So how do you search or get information through the file? You can write dmessage pipe grep and then warning. That's one, so it will get the warning for you. And that's it. That's what you would do. That's how you would look for warnings in the dmessage file. That's what they want you to check to find if warning is listed in the dmessage log file. So I would go back to my file and write slash bin slash bash uh, result. Oh, you don't need result. You can just write dmessage grep warning and send it to warning. Okay, let's follow the instructions. If there's a warning, the script outputs the warning message and the full contents of the dmessage file in a file named warning.out. So the script outputs the warning message and the full content of the dmessage file in a file named, one second. Okay, so you need to save it in something called warning.out, and then you need to basically check if the, one second, if -s warning.out, meaning if there is something in warning.out, then you need to mail it, right? But before that, you need to append, right? So after the warning, you can say the message warning dot out. So what it's doing basically is first it's adding the warning to the warning dot out file, and then it's adding the whole content to warning dot out, which is mentioned here. So first you need to put the warning message and also the full content of the dmessage file in warning.out. So I'm just appending it. And then add a comment to the script to, add a command to the script to email you the contents of warning.out. So you can write mail minus s. Subject of the mail should be lab 10, should be your name. And then you should send the email to yourself and CC to one other student. So I will just send it to myself. Okay. And if you want to CC it to someone else, you can just put minus C, and I'll just put my address here so that you just know how to do it. Polytechnic.bh. And then you need to input the warning file, the content of the warning file. So warning.out, and that's it. Fi. Okay. Now ch, first of all clear, then chmodu plus x, lab 10 sh. So now what you need to do is you also need to schedule a cron tab minus r inside the cron tab file to take place 1 minute after the email above is scheduled to be sent. This is a drastic measure we take in order to avoid any multiple transmissions of the same email in the future. I don't know what that means, but I think what they want you to do, according to the solution, is that you go to cron tab minus E and you schedule it for every minute. And once you get the email, you just stop the cron tab. Okay. Now let's see if I will get the email. Basically, you had to schedule it so that you get, sorry, you have to create the cron tab so that it runs the script every minute, and you get an email. And once you get an email, you just remove the cron tab. That's what you're supposed to do. So I'm just waiting for it to send me the email. Let's see if it is going to work. Actually, you know what? Let's run it manually also, just to see if there are any errors or something. Okay, there are no errors, but it didn't send any email. Oh, I received it. I received two emails. So if you run the script, it will send an email, and one email it will send it from the cron tab as well. Okay, so now because I received the email, I will just remove the cron tab. And if there is no warning, the script does nothing. That means you don't need to write the else part. Hint, you should complete two tasks. One, create the script as outlined above. Add a cron tab to run the script at the correct date and time. Test both parts before submitting. Okay. Deadline. Okay, this is incorrect. The deadline is on next Saturday. Okay, and for this submission, you need to submit the copy syslog, the one that we created first, then lab 10 question 2, which is the research question, and the script that you created here, which will be lab10.sh, and a copy of the cron entry, which you can just get. I removed it now, but you can get it from cron tab minus L and redirect it to whatever you want to name it. And then take that file and upload it to, zip it, archive it, zip it, and then upload it to Moodle. If you want, you can put all of that in one script also. I don't mind. Sorry, in one file also, I don't mind. It's up to you. But as long as everything that is mentioned there is there in your work, everything should be fine. So I think that's it for this video. I hope it was clear. By now we're done with all the labs. We don't, we don't have any other new units to go through, so there will be no more labs for this course now. I think maybe this is the last video that I'm doing for Unix. I hope it was helpful for you. And yeah, all the very best. If you ever have any questions, you can always email me. And yeah, all the very best. See you. Bye.